Hello, and welcome to Jarviskjir Rock of the North. Here we are, again, as ever, on a Saturday afternoon / morning. I don't know, is it actually morning for any of you guys? The time zones are wild.
No, it's afternoon.
Yeah, it's East.
Yeah.
Yep.
I'm gonna give it a sec because my internet eats its own ass. Yeah.
Oh,
no, I know. I know. Oh,
Yeah.
believe me, I know. And then Zoom tries to be a little helpful. He's like, excuse me, your internet connection is unstable. It's like, oh, I would have loved to have known that like 2 minutes ago.
That's funny.
It is what it is.
Huh?
It's
We're here now. Might as well ride this one out.
yeah, we're riding it until it's unrideable. It should smooth out soon, in theory. So, last session, you guys were at the masquerade ball at the Fafamel Fey Forge. You basically just caused trouble, and no one liked you, and you got high. And there's not really anything else but that. Like, you didn't didn't get make connections or friends. You're just basically people were just who are these nerds?
It was a very diplomatic mission.
Yeah, very diplomatic mission where the diplomacy was completely didn't go to plan. But Adelhard was able to sense a disturbance in the force and followed in on it and found some little lizard guys planting a bomb. The bomb was a ghost, and you fought some lizards and a ghost. This seems to be a preemptive attack from the enemy you do not know, and you actually came up with a pretty clever idea to bait them out by making it seem like the attack had succeeded. That was followed by a pair of coal giants melting a hole through the ground and marching towards the walls of the fortress with these massive tower shields, intending to probably breach the walls themselves. There was also on the battlefield what looked like a fire giant commander, but that turned out to just be an illusion being projected by a little fiery orb construct that was swiftly ran the fuck away. Actually, it wasn't defeated. And that's where we're going to continue, because you haven't yet defeated the giants. They hit hard, have high defenses, but don't have any other tricks other than that, it seems. And you've been slowly starting to whittle them away, breaking through the tougher parts of their armor. And that's pretty much where we start today. And we actually start with Snow's turn. The air is thick with the smell of smoldering grasses. The coal giants are fairly silent combatants. It's not. They have said some brief little words in giants, but mostly just grunts and groans as they swing and move. These giants that are almost like gigantic dwarves, almost. There's enough in common that's probably where the brain usually would go to. This one between Poetry and Vincent is has been pretty much spending its time evenly distributed its attacks between you. It's Poetry's turn first.
Yeah. I forgot about the fact that Peep is single-handedly holding off one of them.
Adelhard's helping. Adelhard's just smart enough to not go toe-to-toe with a giant with shield that is basically a 10-foot square of metal.
So Snow is wielding his battle axe, his Planavar battle axe, and he's gonna just start swinging in at the thing, I guess. He's still raging, and let me see. Okay, yeah. So I'm gonna reckless attack too. So why not? And yeah, it's there's one attack. Maybe something good.
It's a hit. Yeah, you do
Okay.
pierce through the because at this point as well, you know, it's not being surrounded. It's not able to even throw the shield in the way of the attacks often, so you can get some really strong hits in.
Yeah, and then the second attack, just hacking away at the thing. That's good damage.
That's great damage. Yeah. At this point, you do get the very low, like, groans and groans from the giant as each strike hits, and it lets out a kind of very orangey, heated blood that steams to the air as it's hit. But it doesn't go down. It does look bloodied though.
Okay. Good stuff. That's gonna be for me. I'm just trying to draw its attention too, since I'm raging. Might as well.
Mm-hmm. Analog.
I will like to move. Am I on advantage here, or do I need
Yep,
to move
you get
one
so
further?
the trick for flanking is you have to be able to draw a line through,
Okay,
and so you've got it there.
okay. Then I will attack with the rapier.
Yeah, that's a hit.
And then I will bonus action attack with the hand crossbow.
What type of damage does a rapier do? It's
Piercing.
relevant. Piercing. Okay.
Pokey
Uh,
stick.
I'm guessing an 18 is not a hit.
An 18 is just a hit.
Okay.
Yeah, they're wearing very little armor other than the... So they got the massive shields, which are less being used like a shield. They're more being used like the front of like a dumper truck. They do have seemingly some like scale and ring mail on them, but it's kind of like almost stuck to their skin. You know, they're very creepy old giants. Peep, you've been given the assist by
Alright.
Adelhard.
Yeah, let's use a bonus action, a second wind, because I'm very hurt. 10, 5.
Whoa!
Let's go!
Big money.
Just
That
good.
is big money.
Alright, nice good heal, and then take that battle axe and go showing.
Yeah. All hits. And the magical battle axe cleaves quite effortlessly through. The giant has a really hard time throwing the shield in the way of something like you. Especially while being bothered from behind. You can like duck under it as it kind of slams it down. All of these things striking really, really true. Making this giant also bloodied as blood, quite
go.
similar to that from the little lizards, is kind of dropping to the ground in bubbling piles. Vincent.
Vincent is going to kind of again go to this creature that he's got sandwiched between himself and Snow with his shield and just kind of ply it up against him, and then take the dodge action and just kind of goad it towards him instead. Maintaining position against for Snow there.
Both
Like a
of you are
Vincent
trying
and-
to juggle its attention. Yeah.
Yeah, we're both like, hit me! That's funny.
Okay, well, I rolled for it because you're both trying to grab its attention, and it's going to go for Snow. So probably one of those things where, like, its shield is wedged on your shield, and so it just kind of, like, swings out with the other hand.
11 advantage on that too.
Oh, yeah, it will. 10-4, good buddy. What's your AC, Snow?
It is 15 right now because I got my armor on now.
It's going to hit with a 17.
Okay. I'll be fine. I'm actually probably totally fine.
You're probably absolutely mega fine. Where are my dice?
Unless...
You know, you think, considering I knew exactly who you were fighting because you were fighting them last week, I would have got the dice out in advance. That's going to be... Ah! Well, that rolled under something. That dice is never being seen again. That is 14 bludgeoning on the first attack, and the second is also a hit for A whopping 7 bludgeoning. Yeah, it
Okay.
can't get a good strong strike with both of you trying to gird its attention one way or the other. It's kind of stuck between you. It's throwing its weight around. The kind of almost muted expressions of the giant are growing more intense as like coals and charcoal just starting to spark on a campfire, a sight you've seen 100 dozen times. That really starting to happen. A sort of flecks of heat and cinder start to rise from the giant as it's going. Because remember, these tokens aren't really indicative. They aren't always on fire. They're just starting to light up. Yeah. The other one will
That can't be good.
attack Pete.
Uh-oh.
Oh no.
It's okay.
Oh no.
I Eric'd it. Rarely do I Eric it, but I rolled an
did you
advantage
roll?
where I wouldn't have
Oh.
had it. And I did end up deleting a crit by doing so. What's your AC, Peep?
16.
Yeah, it doesn't get a hit on the first attack.
Oh, nice.
Or the second! Yeah! You are dodging and ducking and weaving in the strikes that do get kind of just clip the armor instead of you. Okay. Snow.
Snow, like, since I mean, I'm assuming this is just like for flavor. I don't know. I'm assuming that like different types of giants have slightly different variations of giant language, but it's still like mutually intelligible.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's all. I imagine the way to think about it is almost like, you know, all the Romance languages are connected. You know, like French, Spanish, all of that. It's probably similar to this. And then there's probably terms that are much more simpler to understand, like a giant like this, seemingly subservient to fire giants, would probably speak upward to them and have a different wins. Yes.
All right, yeah. Then I'm gonna. Snow's gonna like yell out, like he's gonna just start insulting the thing in giant. He's gonna be like, "You strike like a coward," and then just reckless attack again. Because it hit him, but he's still doing fine. Snow is still not even visibly wounded. So, you
guys are doing fine now. We probably could have done this last session because you're smashing it.
I'm sure there's nothing else that'll happen right after this. I'm sorry. I'm reckless attacking. I didn't announce it.
I mean, you would have had advantage anyway, but yes.
Yeah, that's right. I just realized.
Yeah, no, I'm not going to remind you every time.
I need to be right. There's one.
Mm-hmm.
And then 2.
Yeah. You're just getting over the barrier there, but the cold giant takes the hits, and again, it was similar to Peeps. You know, this is an enchanted axe, so if it ever does strike either the ring mail or sometimes even the shield, or there's like iron bands in the thing's beard, it just cuts right through. The cold giant is extremely wounded, where you can see it's like a smothered campfire. In the middle is just where you'd almost have cut through to organs. It's just starting to burn.
Okay, yeah, and that's it for me.
Battlehard.
He is going to attack with the rapier again. That's
a hit.
17. That's a hit. And then bonus action attack with the crossbow.
Yeah. You guys weren't hitting these numbers last time.
No.
This is what happens. Give you a real life short rest. Peep.
Alright, I'm gonna bonus action Fighting Spirit, just so I can get a little bit of temp HP, and then Sewing.
Yeah. Wow. If that second one was a hit, that would have been really good. But the second one is a miss.
Damn.
The cold giant survives just
Learning
barely.
our patterns.
It's actually one of those things. It's learning the patterns. You kind of go for the second swing and just lowers its hand and just grabs the little blade in it.
Nice knife.
Vincent.
What?
Vincent is going to grab a hold of this thing's foot He's gonna like drop his sword and grab a hold of this thing's foot and shout the same thing that Snow said. He has no idea what Snow said, but he's gonna shout the same thing and try to yank his feet out from under him.
Okay, that's a contested athletics check against the giant. But then I can't like say that in a sassy way because Vincent suplexed a giant pig monster once, so I can't really judge.
And Peep outstrength the giant. That
Yeah.
giant that we're fighting now.
You do not tumble the giant, but you can try again because it's an attack, and you have 2 attacks.
I will try it again. He just grabs a hold. He's just trying to like wrestle this thing's leg out.
That's funny.
Yeah, the second time you get it.
Oh my
the
God.
second time, it's like you grab it first, and it's like it doesn't even know what you're doing. It's like you've been attacking, and you drop the sword. It's like, and it just goes. It starts finally tumbling, and will slam into the ground with a really heavy boom, and all the kind of like coal dust out off of it.
Finish him! I'll shout to Snow.
First, I'll deal with the other one, which is going to, of course, attack Peep. It isn't really as bothered with Adelhard. You know, Peep's the one doing the real... Peep's also just loud and annoying and just, like, wiggling around in front of it.
Like a little mosquito.
It's going to hit its first hit. But it's going to roll trash. It's going to do 7 bludgeoning.
Okay, that's fine.
It is going to hit the second. And that is going to be 15 bludgeoning on that one.
Alright.
Yeah. It's like it kind of stumbles forward with its weight and like probably grazes your tail, and then just kind of pushes the whole shield down onto you and just starts crunching. The one on the ground is
Oh,
Oh.
me?
you cut out for a second.
It's fine. Don't worry about it.
This is fine. Everything's fine.
Yeah.
Look,
No stress.
I just want to play D&D.
I'm with you, bro.
Oh.
The coal giant on the ground between Snow and Vincent, for rule of cool, is going to be dazed for a moment off being thrown to the ground so heavily. Snow.
Okay. Alright, so I mean, so just gonna start just go like, "Argh!" Just like try to hack at it. You won't reckless attack this time because there's no need.
No,
Instead,
there's
just
never a need.
instead just focusing his energy.
Yeah, that's it. And that is almost 4 degrees of overkill as well on the HP it had. How do you want? You just want to like hack at the thing with the axe.
Yeah, just like right in the, like its chest. You know, he's not trying to be overly, you know, brutal. Just trying to end it. So, yeah, and then I guess I have my movement still, and another attack. So I have 55 feet of movement when I'm raging. So let's see if I can make it. So, how many is that? That's 11.
I think you might be able to make it, but not necessarily get to like a good position to
Yeah.
attack. That's my guess.
3. I'm just gonna do all this way. 4. That leaves me with 7. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I can only make it up to there actually.
Pretty close.
But I guess could I like just whip out a javelin and with like you know, chuck a
Absolutely.
javelin at the thing?
Absolutely.
Okay.
No advantage.
Yep, just normal. And yeah. Oh, there wouldn't be any. Oh,
As the giant is kind of trying to crush Peep with the weight of the shield, as all of a sudden the weight is lifted, it just like, and this spew of coal ash comes out of its mouth. The javelin goes right through the thing and pins into the wall back there. Let's say with the giant's head as well. You get it like perfectly in the neck that it decapitates the giant, and the head skews it all to the wall over there, and the body just like tumbles to the ground. Still heavy on Peep, but not actively crushing Peep to death.
technically there wouldn't be any rage. I don't know if that makes a difference for the
No.
2 extra. But
Doesn't
okay.
work on javelins.
Yeah.
Fine, javelin.
Well, yeah. So yeah, nice.
Yeah, I mean, pretty cool. And,
Snow looks around. He's kind of like panting. He's like,
I'll bolt across the field and pull the giant off of Pete.
yeah.
yeah. Ugh.
Like wiping the coal from my eyes.
Yeah.
You good, little man?
Yeah, I'm fine. Ugh, I think I breathed some of that in.
Oh no.
I'm a
How is Peep's gonna be like a Victorian chimney sweep?
Yeah, Snow would just like look around and be like, "Do we see any more?"
You don't see any more.
I
There's
don't
still
think
that
so.
smoldering tunnel that they melted through the mantle of the globe. Basically, it seems.
Yeah.
By now, there is a very peculiar sound of basically molten earth cooling. It's like a very reverberating sound. It's still hot, but it's gradually cooling.
These
And-
are,
Oh, sorry.
I was just gonna say these were not prepared to talk. Should we see if we can approach them and get them to?
That might work. I mean, it depends what they wanted in the first place, which it looks like was to tear this whole place down.
Likely, yes.
Snow would actually want. He'd be wondering. He'd be like, the big one, the fire giant. It was an illusion. Do you think that it's some sort of trick?
I think it's very possible that something is not what it seems.
He could have just been telling them what to do, but from far away.
It's possible. I think it merits at least an investigation before we just jump to conclusions that they want war. They may not. They may be forced into it.
Perhaps.
Still, we should probably go talk to tree lady person.
Yes.
Tell her everything's okay.
I wish I could help you, Pete, but my memory eludes me as well. Some of the earlier evening's events are a little bit foggy.
Yeah,
I
All I
attribute it to all the evil in the area. I'm sure it'll be cleansed here soon.
Many things here in this place are not what they seem.
I would agree.
did you smoke some of the weed as well?
No, why would I?
Look, the real question is, why would you not?
He
Getting
just
peer pressured by
looks at you.
Grandpa.
It's fun. Yes. And they were like, you said that basically they were up on like the walls. We'd have to go back inside.
Yeah,
and-
they would be. So the fortress is really one of the ones that's like it's intended because it's not necessarily really like it's not like a guard patrol fortress because I mean it's got the whole forge. So they're inside, but on a higher area. But they would have seen everything.
So correct me if I'm wrong, but my understanding is we now have an actual open, like legitimate portal to where they came from to try to retrace their steps and find them. Okay.
Yeah, it's a tunnel. It seems. Just
Right.
They just kind of
Can
dug
I
out
other
with the
hand
shields.
have a look at the tunnel?
Mm-hmm.
How structurally sound does it look? Or does it
Aha!
look like
This
it
is yet
collapsed on
another
top of us?
need for the old D&D like 3rd edition architecture skill, which is no longer in 5th edition. But yes, if you give me an investigation check, that'll do. I swear, that's the one older ability that seems to come up all the time.
Mhm.
Yeah, I do kind of agree.
Ah, shit, that was not
Yeah,
supposed to be
reroll.
on advantage.
Something like an engineering check does seem like it'd be nice.
Yeah. Played around with ideas like that before.
No.
Ah, well, you rolled great twice, and then the real roll was trash. This is molten
Unfortunate.
rock. I mean, you don't know enough about it. Even just
Yeah.
looking like down, you just don't see any. It's just dark, and you can see the roots and soil above. It does the little crackly crumblies
Okay.
down into.
So perhaps we go and approach her and request that she hold back any counterattacks and let us go and investigate and find out what the answer to this conundrum is. Any objections?
No.
It sounds like a plan.
Sounds good.
Okay. You can head inside. The two leaders of this fortress can greet you. The wood elf with the dryad-like prosthetics and a Vaskirst with purple skin and tall horns. And at this point, they have got rid of a bunch of the masquerade garb, but their combat equipment isn't much different. The Vaskirst woman will just kind of like, while twisting some magic in her hand, say that was very well done from a lot of you. It looked like they had you on the ropes for a bit there, but you sorted it out.
There's nothing
Yes.
we can't handle.
Oh.
Honestly, even that fire giant would have been a pushover. If it were real, obviously.
Yes, and an illusion.
My overzealous friends and I would like to investigate this further, but we would prefer if you would hold off any counterattacks until we could get to the bottom of this. There may be something else driving these attacks that is unseen.
But of course, our little patchwork team of warriors here are not an army, not so deftly explored down badger holes like that one.
We will need a place to rest for the evening, and then we should depart first light for going into the tunnels.
Yeah, the wood elf will kind of nod and go, alright, we can sort something like that out for you, get you at least a room. Tavern's pretty full, but we'll make something work.
Excellent. What do you know of constructs?
That's not really the kind of thing we've ever worked on here. It's not really the kind of thing many elves work on. It's never been requested and not even been our interest since taking our own independent studies, honestly.
It looked like they were utilizing some sort of construct to create that illusion.
Well,
Some-
that's just cowards' work, and in my imagining. That way they don't have to have some poor illusionist doing it themselves. Illusions at a base level are pretty easy to conjure, if you have the right sort of mind for it. I imagine with a construct you can make something with the right mind pretty easily.
Makes sense. All right. Anybody else got any questions?
Do they have any like basic provisions they might be able to lend us or provide us, like basic healing potions?
That
Which we have
will
a couple
probably
still, I
be
think.
tomorrow,
Okay.
when they've had a chance to look. There is still a party
That makes
going on.
Okay. New question then. Is it possible to still party? No, just messing. No, Snow's not that dumb.
Don't lie to me.
Just rejoin the party. No, Snow's gonna get rested.
Okay. All right. Well,
Every dragon needs their rest.
they will talk to the little. They have a little tavern, and it is all full from guests, but they'll open up an older attic room, bit of storage, bit of cobwebs, bit of dust, but not horrible. You know, it's still nice, and there is a window that looks out. where you can lay your heads. They do bring up, blankets and cushions. And actually, there are spare blankets and cushions in here as well anyway. And spare, tablecloths and all that sort of thing. So you can be relatively comfortable through the evening here if you want to, as the threat of attack has sent a lot of people leaving, and a lot of people seem to leave via internal passages inside the fortress rather than the front door. There are a lot of people who leave through the front gate, but a lot of people seem to kind of walk around the courtyard and then vanish. At least from where you guys can see.
We should discuss strategy.
Yeah. Do we think that it'll just be more giants, or what else?
Maybe. They could have other things with them.
Likely more of these lizard creatures that seem to act as servants for them.
More ghosts, particularly, which we seem well
Likely.
well adapted to dealing with that. That doesn't seem to be a big issue. I'm interested to know more about your abilities, Adelhard. You were quite the spectacle on the field today.
Well, I suppose you have seen enough.
You wield your rapier like a very skilled swordsman.
He gives a nod. I do, yes.
What other abilities are you hiding?
As you've seen, I can cast magic, though most my magic is not combat focused.
Interesting. Well, the rest of us is pretty much what you see is what you get, except for Sabriel. Sabriel is a little bit more complicated than the rest of us combined.
I have realized that, yes.
Well, I mean, Peep also has dragon magics,
Yeah, I'm
Yes.
just like a little dragon now.
But Peep is very clearly a dragon, so again, what you see is what you get.
That's fair.
Adelhard looks at him. He is a kobold, not a dragon.
Yeah, but I'm becoming a dragon bit by bit.
I'll pull my holy symbol off of the great dragon and set it on the table. I believe I'm a bit of a subject matter expert in these studies. Peep.
So you are.
Is a dragon. If ever I've seen one, and
I have only read about them in books.
They're really big and also kind of scary, but she was actually kind of nice.
she let
She
me
told
keep
to come
this.
back to her.
I see.
So we should go back and meet her again sometime. Once we've dealt with this whole giants attacking the forge thing.
We
I
should.
would like to meet a dragon. I think that could be very interesting.
We just need to make sure to bring better presents this time.
Yeah. I kind of had to offer myself because I didn't have anything, but then. Wait, no, it wasn't like that. It wasn't like that. It was more just like in service, like as a knight or something. But then she just knocked me over by just blowing me over.
You had to offer yourself to her for a night?
Oh no.
I'm fairly certain this is how rumors get started.
That is.
Look, I'm a dragon, but I'm not that kind of dragon.
Yeah.
Okay. You can rest up here. All in all, it's like pretty comfortable. You know, it's not necessarily a hotel room, but it's comfortable enough. For those of you who sleep, that's all of you because there's no Sabriel in the room. In the morning, you can kind of get ready, do your morning routines and stretches and stuff, and the town has returned to what it's probably normally like, which is still a little weird. This isn't the same vibe as it was for the rest of Aradia. There's still some people that have just features that are somewhat unnatural. Maybe it's the kind of the curve of their faces or the length of their fingers, or wide smiles. And a lot of people seem very hungover. And there's still the guards who are pretty much completely clad head to toe. So like when you're doing like your like morning routine, there's no one else doing morning exercises. People who are like, But you can get ready. They will have a little cache of things for you. Not too much. There will be a couple of potions, because that's always useful. There will be 6 greater healing potions.
And greater healing? Oh,
greater healing. And 2 potions of climbing.
I guess. Also, so is Sabriel Sabriel's like gonna be doing their own thing?
Yeah.
Or okay.
Fuck it.
Good.
I'm assuming basically Sabriel's gonna be with us, but like
yeah, I was gonna say
incorporeal until
yeah. Sabriel is NPC mode. Sabriel also has a flying horse that can go the speed of light. So Sabriel can join you whenever Sabriel wants.
Could we just have Sabriel be holding all the potions, and in the middle of combat, then like Sabriel flies overhead and chucks us one?
That's not going to be as useful as you think it is.
Yeah.
That's how you get hit and hit with a potion. That's it.
Well, I used to have a healing arrow that was passed around in the first Jarviskjir game. It just sunk into you. It was like, oh, I feel better.
It seems like a good way to get like an infection if you better
but the arrow heals the infection. It's fine. Just don't like leave it in too long.
Yeah.
But pulling it off must still help though.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so I guess we could do one each, and that leaves 2 extra. I don't know how we want to do that.
Who wants the extra 2, and then who wants the potions of climbing?
I'll just take the 1. I'm good with 1 because I already have 1 potion, and I'm good with like the climbing potion as well.
I feel like
I could like a climbing potion.
Okay. I feel like Peep should get one of the extra potions. Because Peep is always up in there getting knocked around.
Peep has the role of what usually goes to the party monk, of getting knocked around and not really being able to do much about it.
So I think, I don't know, Snow normally is fine, but he can hold the other one if no one else.
You also usually are the person who can give potions to other people, so you having a spare
That's
one
true.
isn't bad.
Okay.
You don't hold on to it forever.
That's true. Yeah, I guess I'll take 1 then so that I can heal people up if necessary as well.
Okay. Sweet. So I'm getting 2 of the great.
You're getting 2, Potion's
Yeah.
getting 2. There's 1 spare potion of climbing for someone to take. Vincent has 1.
I feel like Peep having the other climbing potion could be good because Peep is already like small and nimble, you know.
Oh, I don't need the climbing potion.
Oh,
I'm
you
good on that.
don't want. So there's 2.
No, yeah, I'm good without it.
Yeah.
I'll help us taking 1.
Okay.
So then, our good swap.
And there's also another item. It would be Lariath, who's the wood elf, kind of offering them, and it would be in a small case, and it looks like a case for like a flute or something, of imprinted metal, and it has a symbol of some kind of vaguely elven angel in bronze with a pair of eyes that are behind it. They're kind of in the wings, like some butterflies and moths have. She will open it. And inside is a wand. It is a few strands of twisted metal that hold a kind of a large pearl. It is a wand of enemy detection. Works just like the one in the Dungeon Master's Guide. And she will say that this wand was made to assist commanders in battle against enemies who hide. And if the little stories you've been telling, it seems like the sort of thing you're going to be dealing with. Maybe down there, maybe not. At the very least, that illusion. This would not see through, but it would prove an illusion to be a trick. And she'll kind of close the case and just kind of hand it out to the group.
You seem very inclined to deal with this type of thing, Adelhard. Would you like to take it?
If someone takes it, I can take it.
I can give you it on roll 20. It's probably easier. In theory, I haven't done this for a long time. I gotta remember how to do it.
Oh, sometimes it's finicky.
Yeah, I found it. All right, there we go.
Ollie,
And
you
it
wouldn't
does
happen
require.
to have a...
Mhm.
Sorry, you wouldn't happen to have a PNG of Peep's face, would you? Or just Peep in general?
Yes, I do.
Oh no!
I sense a meme incoming.
There's a meme.
Okay. One moment, everyone. Quill needs to make a meme.
I do.
I
do.
I'm sure it'll be worth it.
It will be. Don't worry, I'll...
It will be a great meme, I'm sure.
Of course, it's not just called peep.jpg. It's got a different name just to make my life a little more confusing.
Tag.
All right.
Disgusting.
And, well, sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do.
This is true.
All right, yeah. So that's your little pre-reward for going into a hole.
Yeah.
Anything more you'd like
I
to
like
want?
to think
Yeah.
they're making an investment in us, you know?
Yeah. And also, Sabriel last time did explain to her, Larief, that this is, part of a bigger thing, and that it's connected to this big war that people don't really know is going on, but it is starting to be known about because there is the Everhold Alliance in Aradia. So it is a bit of an investment. Plus, I mean, who wants a wand anyway? So lame.
Yeah.
With that, I guess we'll head towards the tunnels.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You can
Guess,
head around the fortress. Go ahead.
I guess we'll just kind of stick together like we normally do. No need to.
Yeah.
I'm just
No need to
gonna
split up.
before we start making our way in, I'm just gonna give us a brief look into the next 60 feet. I'm gonna try to close my eyes and sense and see if there's any celestial fiends or undead ahead of us.
At the mouth of the tunnel?
Yeah, right at the mouth of the tunnel. Yeah.
Okay. You do so and feel nothing. You can look
All right.
with your regular eyes and see the tunnel. At this point, all the magma heat. It's not even magma, because at this point it's just earth. All of that's kind of cooled down. The sides look a little weird because of that, because it's like soil that melted basically and reconstituted. So it's kind of weird and lumpy. It doesn't look like any other kind of cave you'd really have known of. and it's you can kind of hear air going down that way, and it kind of creaking and crumbling. And again, it's just dark. Dark vision helps you see a little bit further down into it, but this is a very long tunnel at a significant degree of decline. Not enough that it's difficult to walk, but it would definitely be difficult to run up or down.
Do we have a light source, or should I open a torch?
I don't think really. I think just torches.
I don't
Torches.
have a spell, no.
I have dark vision anyway. But I mean, I've got torches for those who need them.
I have dark vision.
Yeah,
I have
Vincent and I
not.
don't. So I guess yeah, torches it is for us.
Are you both gonna have a torch, or just one of you?
I will pull my shield out and then ignite a torch and hold a torch in my sword arm, and just walk ahead and take point.
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure.
I'll just let him do that. Yeah.
All right. I think this is a great time for a little break before you venture into the hole. Why is that giggle worthy?
And
Let's
here
take-
comes a meme.
No.
Let's take a moment. We'll be back in a bit for whole time. Whoosh. Okay, so you amass your group at the entrance to the tunnel that the coal giants carved out, and that illusionary illusion-creating construct came through as well. You have Vincent at the front with a torch, and the rest of you behind. Any other plans, or just gonna start heading in?
We just head
Start
on
walking.
in. Yeah.
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 Okay.
Head in.
So the tunnel is pretty... It would have been exact when it was being carved out. It looks like it has basically been pushed outwards with this pair of giants with the shields that were basically digging through the ground. So it is almost perfectly a 12-foot high, 20-foot wide tunnel. Where the inexactness comes in is because it's been, 10 hours since it was carved. Some of the molten elements have started to drip, or things have fallen through. It seems to be a straight line going mostly east. I think Adelhard is probably neurotic enough to notice that it's not exactly east, but it is east-ish. Only 120 feet from the entrance, going down this incline, you come to a wall of collapsed-in stone. Just like any other cavern where, rock has fallen through and blocked away. The ground has caused some kind of slide, and an entire section of it has been... The rest of it is cut off.
This is some darkest dungeon shit.
Yeah.
Is there like a space to go through, or is it like...
It is pretty completely packed. It's mostly stone, but some of the soil, because you're not even so far down it, there's still a lot of soil in layers. That soil has crumbled through as well. So any of the areas where the stone would left like tiny little cracks is just filled with soil instead, which is easier to get through than stone for most people. But yeah.
So we can start trying to excavate this area.
If you want.
I have an idea that might speed it up. Thingy, tinder boxes. They've got like a little strip on them, like all the matches have got like a little like lighty fire up bit. What if we like break all those, put it in, and then I hit it with fire and it goes boom?
Can we do that safely without causing a cave-in elsewhere?
I mean, it won't be a big boom. Be a little boom.
I mean, I'm all for it, but does anybody got any suggestions outside of that besides a boom?
Snow shrugs. Snow does not know anything about pyrotechnics.
This is straight up demolitions. This isn't even pyrotechnics anymore.
Snow, I don't know. Snow starts to think if he can think of any other explosive materials.
The question is how many
Torch ends
tinder
would just
boxes you
burn.
have as well. Yeah, torch ends aren't explosive. The little match, nitro sulfur, whatever area is mildly explosive. How many tinder boxes do you have amongst you?
I have one.
None.
Does Vincent have a tinderbox to throw in here?
I am checking right now. Yes, I do. I have a tinder
Okay,
box.
so that's three.
Three
That's pretty good.
tinderboxes.
Do you want to put them all in? Do you want to So you want to rip the match strip off? Do you want to bundle it up, or do you want to put them in separate places?
I would say probably bundle them up into like a little
A little
spot.
ball, and put it in an area. All right. So you're gonna need to give me an intelligence check to find the right place. Again, architecture check to in this rockfall to fill in.
All right, my intelligence is not good.
Yeah.
Can I help?
You could do it. You could give it an advantage if you want to really help out.
Either or.
For sure. I give people advantage.
Cool. All right. Let's go. -1 in. The stupid is not so stupid.
14 is okay. You find a good place. Maybe you go to put it somewhere, and Adelhard's like. And you kind of look and you move it around. Adelhard is more satisfied, and then you can probably put the little bundle of explosive material into the soil, so there's enough kind of pointing out for you to light. And
everyone huddle around me before this happens. Just get as close to me as you can. Just want to make sure they're within my aura of protection in case this thing goes badly. So,
all right, everyone ready?
Yeah.
the question is, what kind of roll do I make you roll for this? Because it's not just shooting the fire. It's, do you blow everyone up and make rock falls and everyone dies happen? Canonically. What roll is that?
Or he shows up in 20 minutes and finds that
Everyone's
dead.
dead.
We're rolling new characters.
Survival roll. I'll make this a survival roll.
Okay. My survival. Oh shit! I actually have a thing.
Yeah,
in
no
survival.
advantage, neutral. I need to start counting dice.
Right?
Oh no!
Oh no, we are so screwed.
Sometimes I feel like, honestly though, I think this is a good idea, just maybe not implemented the best way.
It's a fun idea.
This is what's just happened.
Oh, let me look. That's a good.
Yeah. So
that's-
you've done this whole deal.
So dead.
You bundled up the and admittedly it's not that much explosive material. You know, it's matches. You put it in a little sweet spot, and you go and light it. You go, whoosh, you shoot a little fire from your mouth. You're not sure exactly what's caused this to be a much bigger eruption than you caused. Maybe it's the actual construction of the landfall that's created pockets of air. Maybe even some slightly explosive gas got picked up on it. But the explosion is big, and while you're bundled around Vincent, at first there is just a launch of stone and earth in your direction, and shockwave. Then there's the rumbling and crumbling of the tunnel itself starting to rapidly collapse. I am first of all going to need strength saving throws, which I believe Vincent's aura should give you some assist in. Before we roll them.
Everybody within 10 feet of me gets +2.
Okay,
let's go.
so strength saving throw with a +2.
I need to also check my class abilities.
You do have advantage on anything you can see, and you can
that's
see
actually-
this. 22.
That's actually a
Yeah.
22 for me.
Seven?
Yeah, 7. That's hell.
So I hope you weren't too attached to Adelhard, AJ.
You know I am.
Oh god.
No.
It's not great for me either.
14.
Ooh.
Okay, so
Like it.
on that saving throw, Peep and Vincent save, AJ and Snow fail.
Oh no.
Those who failed are going to take this full damage. This is a deadly injury based on your level. Because the cavern is collapsing. It's not just one thing. So it is 10d10.
Oh,
No,
that's
what?
bad.
If that okay? No, okay. Statistically, the chance of it outright killing one of us instantly is very, very
I don't
low.
do instant death, so don't worry about that.
Okay.
Yeah, it literally couldn't instant kill me at least. So, well, even if it was the thing, yeah.
Yeah, we need
It's-
to get.
It's statistically unlikely to knock Snow down out, but it could.
It will most likely not me.
That is 59 force damage.
Oh god.
I'm
Oh,
up.
God.
Okay, I have 66 HP.
Okay, so to do that, minus that first. So that is the shockwave, the blast. Rocks flying in your direction.
Oh, no.
There is a little bit of bolstering from the divine force.
Is Vincent
And Peep, you do take half of that.
Oh,
You take
no.
half of 59, which would be in this context what, 29?
Yes.
Yeah. And this is just like it's like instant, and then there's the rumbling, crumbling of the cavern as well, which is sending rocks starting to fall, and the two of you having to protect yourselves. Adelhard immediately hit hard by the shockwave, and stones kind of collapsing onto them, goes down. In this next instant, the cavern is collapsing. So, with that in mind, what is your next move?
Well, the moment I see... Okay, so it's like the cavern's starting to collapse. Right?
Starting, collapsing, now, big time,
Well, yeah,
everywhere.
you know what I mean. You know what I mean. Right, okay, so Adelhard's out. Peep is immediately gonna go like, oh, fuck. Scamper over to Adelhard and force a healing potion down their throat.
While this is happening, is there any is it just all bunches of rock, or is there a slab that Snow thinks he could hold up to give them time?
You could definitely do that, yeah.
Okay, because I do have
You have
this.
the bear totem, boar
Yeah.
totem.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we reskinned it.
I will likewise pop my channeled divinity and my peerless athlete, and you'll see Vincent just kind of old man bulk up and get twice his size, and just start matching Snow with the carrying capacity.
Yeah,
So
Snow
both
just,
of you, it
Yeah.
should be athletics checks with advantage, right? Because of the both respective abilities.
I think so. Yeah.
Is it-
Snow
is it-
just literally goes
Yeah, exactly. The second after, there's enough thunking of people going down. Yeah.
Yeah.
Go ahead, roll it.
and Snow would just grunt. It'd be like, Peep, get Adelhard out.
On it!
Okay, and then let me do mine. Please, I need a good roll here. Give me good athletics.
This is
That's
legit
good.
the end of the Bionicle Mask of Light movie. You just opened up the door.
Do you know what's worse is that I was going to say, it's like the end of Super Paper Mario. So, we were both being massive fucking dweebs in what we were thinking about there, at the very least. So, as the cavern starts to, and to be fair, the cave is now a lot bigger than it was 6 seconds ago. And you can kind of get to enough of a position where you can hold it up and you can kind of hold these pieces together. It's still kind of crumbling. Adelhard is waking up bleary-eyed with the potion. Go ahead and roll that, Pete.
Is there a way down into the tunnels, or are we just trying to get back out up
Well,
the tunnels?
Snow said get Adelhard out, but you have opened the way through.
Yeah.
Let's just go through. Push through.
Through. Let's push through.
Yeah, Snow's not in a
Okay.
position to really. Snow is just saying, get out of this specific place. He doesn't care which way we go.
Okay, alright. So I'll drag Adelhard through, thinking it'll be full arms under the shoulder. But it's I'm 2'7". This is a full size alpha. Come on.
As they're running
I'm
out,
sorry.
as they're running out, Vincent's gonna throw his hip out and just try to touch both of them with his side and his hip, and I'm just gonna channel all of my lay on hands into both of them through my hip.
Yeah, sure.
So each of you get 15 HP back. Both
Nice,
Peep
okay.
and Adelhard.
Okay, with that in mind, you rolled really well on the strength saves there. You think the two of you now, because you have some control of the collapsing tunnels, okay, if you back away in a certain way, it will recollapse, at least with you guys on the internal side, deeper in.
Let me coordinate dropping it and then just dash out of the way.
Exactly, right?
Yeah. Okay.
So
Yeah,
if
so
you're ready,
it would
you
be
can do that.
I'm assuming both of us are kind of grunting, and Snow's We count to 3.
Dad noises.
Oh, I mean, I guess, yeah. So just say count. We'll count to 3, and then it'll be like 1, 2, 3, and then
you heft it all in one direction. You kind of bolt it, and it goes. And the ground, the cavern resettles slowly. The whole thing shaking for a little bit, rock dust billowing in this direction. But all of you through deeper of your exit thoroughly collapsed.
I'm gonna go ahead and also take one of those potions at this point as well.
I am
I
so fucking sorry.
I don't even know if it's worth taking a potion for Snow at this point. He's like, Snow just looks at the others. He's like, "Are we? We're all here. Wait, where's Sabriel?" No,
We'll worry about that when we get to it, I guess.
Snow and honestly looking around like Snow just, I don't know, like, does it look like safe where we are at least, or
This side of the tunnel looks just the same as the other side. It just continues further down, the light of the torch fading and becoming completely invisible. The further down, it does seem to be more traveling through stone than it is soil. Still the occasional roots and things in the way, but at least seems more stable. You don't think you'll be going through many more rock falls because it is literally just entire plains of stone that they've molten.
okay?
I'm so sorry. I did not know that was gonna happen. I didn't mean for it to just explode and collapse. I'm so sorry. Are you okay? Is everyone okay?
Pete, it's fine.
It's fine, Pete.
Fine.
These things happen.
It's okay.
Oh, this is just quiet recovering.
We got through. Everybody's alive. Nobody's too badly injured.
Ja, just holds up a hand. It wasn't bit of her ugly skull.
I think Snow will pop one potion if the plan is to keep pushing forward now.
Not really much else you can do.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You could take a short rest here after making a really, really big noise.
That's probably not a good idea.
Yeah, we need to keep moving.
I'm just gonna.
Let's get moving.
I'm gonna pop a potion as well.
Okay. You can keep on trekking.
Yeah.
It looks like it goes a really long way down. You walk enough time for the bruises to start to form and ache, even despite the healing. Tunnel being pretty much identical, the only difference being whatever the whole sides of the tunnel are made out of. There are no support beams or structures or anything like that. It's just molten. Mostly cool. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say, play reserved. That's all I've got healing wise.
Okay. A little ways further down, walking for probably the better half of an hour, you do come across a light source off to the side of the tunnel that you can see a long ways down. And the presence of your own light seems to have attracted something down there as well. You can actually hear sounds of alert from beings that sound pretty much identical to those little lizards you heard before.
Oh no.
And you better believe they're going to be coming for you.
Maybe we can try and talk to.
Do we have enough time to react for me to drop the torch and draw my sword
Oh yeah.
in that time? Okay,
yeah.
I'll do that.
That's
Do we
fine.
have if we have a few seconds? Snow missed that first fight. He's like, one works well against them.
Not
Nice.
fire.
All right, give me initiative rolls. You hear the ever since Ori and Quill were like, oh, they're like little little dinosaurs. These guys are now very much little humanoid dinosaurs with fire powers. So you hear the frills kind of up of alert, and they are gonna start coming for you.
I'm not. Snow is not in a good place.
Pete's still a little like, oh no, I'm that fucked up.
We're all. It's like we're all bruised up and busted up, and then well,
Vince
you know,
has
we
done
got
the
ourselves
classic.
into this mess.
The classic roll
Yeah, we
initiative
got
for the torch.
Oh no!
I fixed it.
Yeah, the torch is in there. That's funny.
It happens. It happens all the time.
Mm.
Okay. Ooh. Okay. You hear them being alerted, but they roll really bad initiative, so probably they aren't actually very quick to attack. Partially, you know, that actually allows you to have your little conversation you just had, which is pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
This is just me forgetting my alphabet-y spaghettis. I don't know months and I don't know alphabets. You don't need it. Alright. I get a whole grade initiative score of 2, which isn't that bad because 2 of you got a roll of 4. But Vincent, you are going to be the first starter.
All right. So, can I see those creatures coming there, or they?
You can see what you can see.
Okay.
You know,
okay.
that's pretty much it.
30. I will stand there and like clang my shield at them. Come at me, and like just take the dodge action and prepare for their strikes.
Nice. Okay. Adelhard. It's your turn.
Let's be careful about this.
Oh, now you guys are careful.
Okay. How is it with moving through people? How do you
If they're willing,
do
it's
this?
totally fine.
Okay.
Yeah.
He is going to move over here. Okay. That's it for my
Drop
turn.
order. That's fine. Not on the keyboard, only the mouse. That's fine. I won't click anything today. Let me actually clear that up real quick.
I won't click anything.
Role play amongst yourselves.
I think Pete technically be going before me, by the way, since Pete has hired Dex.
I did also think you rolling that one on my initiative though, so it's either way. Peep is still being a little melancholy, stinky baby.
Little stinky baby. I actually played D&D with someone who added an extra rule to crits and tumbles on initiative.
Yeah, you're talking about the one where you lose an action if you roll that one, but gain an action if you roll that 20.
Yeah, I think that was basically it. It was like more complex than that, but pretty much.
I usually play with like crit and fail tables when I host games.
Yeah. That's always
That
chaos,
doesn't surprise
but-
me, knowing you. That's how you do. That does seem like
I wish more games had like the Dark Heresy crit tables.
Yeah.
Where it's like, oh hey, you got a crit, awesome. But let's see if you just evaporate their arm.
Yeah.
Well, that works in Dark Heresy because that's the only way to kill people. Is you eventually?
Yes.
It's not you're getting a random crit. It's they are in crit. Now they
Yeah.
die. It's pretty different. Okay. Were you doing anything else, Adelhard, or was that it?
No. Just
Okay.
moving a little.
Next up is Peep, who's faster than Snow, even if they're a stinky baby.
Alright, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then although it probably isn't gonna do anything, let's check the range. Yeah, I'll do both Eldritch Blasts on this, the closest one.
Okay.
It's fire damage, so it's not going to do anything. But damage is damage.
You miss both strikes.
Oh.
The first one is a complete miss. The second one, you're just starting to learn how to shoot fire out of your mouth.
Yeah.
Second one, they do block with bucklers on their arms that go. They have the same equipment as the ones you saw before. Snow.
Yeah. Snow is gonna. Oh gosh, he's gonna grunt and like just charge in, I guess. Let's see. I'm gonna rage. He's gonna rage. So then he'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. And like they're emanating light, so he can obviously see them, right?
There is light out there.
Okay. Yeah. I guess he's gonna like pull out the axe, and then I think he's gonna ready an attack. Like if one of them gets within 5 feet of him, smack him.
Okay.
And that's it.
This one's gonna zoop out from the darkness. Snow could not see them. They don't emanate enough light to be seen in the gloom. And is gonna go up close and spit fire at you. It's this kind of like molten, almost like molten metal. Go ahead and give me a dexterity saving throw. You do have advantage. You can see it coming.
Okay.
Hey, that's my trick.
Is I can't see Snow on the map. Is he within 10 feet of me?
No, just
Okay.
barely actually.
Yeah.
I just can't see him from the fog. So
Okay, let's see. Dex.
Yeah, he's just in the dark for you.
Any bugs?
That is enough to save, but you're still going to take half damage.
Okay.
Half damage is one fire damage.
Okay, I can
Nice.
handle that. Okay.
This time. And they are letting out little shattering sounds around them as they come out from the dark. I know Snow didn't see them before. They really are vaguely humanoid, gecko-y lizard creatures. Their torsos are much longer than their legs, so as I described before, they kind of almost waddle run, which is quite quick, but not very dexterous. Honestly, these ones will stay around here. Vincent.
I am going to move forward. 2, 3. I can't see exactly. 3, 4, 5. Is there one there?
Oh, you've actually just run past 2 of them.
Okay.
So
Oh no.
they'll get some attacks on you.
Yeah, they're hidden in the darkness.
Yeah. You should be able to
I
just
see.
barely see around you as a
Yeah, I
human.
can.
But you definitely feel them as you go past, and they jab at you with their blades. Both are gonna hit for 2 slashing damage each. Death by 1,000 cuts.
As he's moving through all that, he's going to start chanting a prayer under his breath, and as he does, the sword on his in his hand starts to shimmer with this kind of silvery light. Looks like this kind of silvery dragon breath kind of curling down the blade. I'm casting a magic weapon on my longsword.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I think that's 5, 10, 15, 20.
Mm-hmm.
25, 30. I think that's as far as I can move.
Okay.
Is there one here?
There's none
around
within
me?
melee range of you right now. No.
Okay. So that'll be the end of my turn then. I will. Yeah, that's the end of my turn.
Okay. Battle hard.
Mm-hmm. He is going to
Yeah, you and Pete can see a
shoot
lot
a ray
better
of
down
frost at this one.
here.
Yeah.
Okay.
Ray of frost.
It's a hit.
Is that a hit?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Oh, it's massive. That is actually just... And it immediately crumbles apart because of the intense ice. Shot to the heart.
That's it for my turn.
Okay. Peep.
All right, I'm gonna move 1, 2, 3, 4, and then. Would you say the spell create bonfire? It would emit like a torch level of light around it.
It will say on the spell if it makes light or not.
'Cause
They are very
it says
explicit
create a
whether they
bonfire
create
in the
light or
ground.
not. If it doesn't say it,
Yeah.
it doesn't make it. Because bonfire doesn't make a literal bonfire. It basically makes like a magic ward that does damage, but that may produce a little bit of light.
Okay, then instead, actually, I'll retract that movement of 1, 2, 3. Was it 3, 4? It's 4. All right. So instead, then, what I'm going to do is move backwards. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm going to grab the torch, and then I'm going to throw it down the cave. Because I'm
Okay.
guessing I can see like Vincent's
Yeah,
like
give
stumbling
me
around.
a give me a strength check.
Good call.
Yeah, that is a really good throw. How far away should that get it? Oh, a good 100 feet for a 20, right? That seems right.
It's a pretty good roll.
And it doesn't. Luckily, it doesn't go out when it lands. Clatters, lighting up the entire cavern as it goes. And...
Cool.
I'll
That's
just
awesome.
put it here. And then I think that counts as like my action, doesn't
yeah.
it? to
Oh,
do that?
absolutely, yeah.
Yeah. All right, cool. It's my turn.
No.
Okay. Snow can like hear some to the side, but he can't really see them.
You
so...
heard attacks hit Vincent's side as Vincent was kind of going through.
Yeah. I think he's just gonna leave those to Adelhard and Peep, and so instead he's gonna run forward. And like come around the corner to here. And he's going to just like whip out his axe. Let's just start trying to hack this one down.
Okay.
I'm not gonna reckless attack, just normal.
Mm-hmm.
And here's one.
That's a miss.
Okay, and then 2.
That's a hit.
Okay. And yeah, so he just comes in. Does it look like it's visibly wounded from that?
Oh yeah, that strike is really intense against it. They are,
Okay.
you know, pretty strong, but they can take a hit or two.
Okay. Yeah, and that's it. And you just like looking around.
You're
cautiously,
raging.
But... Yeah.
That wasn't a reckless attack.
Not reckless. Yeah.
Okay. There are 2 around you right now, Snow, that are going to just kind of size you up and start striking at you with the short swords.
Okay.
Both of their first attack are going to hit for 6 and then 7 slashing damage.
All right. It's just normal slashing damage.
Just normal slashing.
Okay, that's good. Okay.
And then the other one to the side just can't get good hits off against you. Maybe they're too worried about Vincent. Maybe there's other stuff going on.
Okay.
This one kind of ducks because the torch was flying at it, and then once it's done with that, it will skidadoo back up here, and it will start spitting flames out of Vincent. Can Vincent give me a dexterity save?
I can.
This is a much more of a practiced, deliberate spittle. The ones you've seen so far, it's almost like being next to like a hot boiling water, where it's like... This is like a kind of almost semi-concentrated stream of fire that you can deflect out of the way, mostly, Vincent, but you are still going to take 5 fire damage as you take half of the fall.
Would Shieldmaster, if I have my shield in my hand,
You would
I
take
go slap
nothing.
evasion?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll just make myself as small as possible behind my
Ah.
shield and just let it splatter against that.
You'd be golden. And then there's one more in the shadow that is going to start waddle running towards Adelhard.
Hi.
Next is Vincent.
Vincent is going to move up and attack this one here twice.
Uh-huh.
His now magic longsword.
Yep. So it has a +1 and a +1 on top of everything else.
Oh, an advantage.
Still a hit. Yeah. It's not quite a kill, but it's definitely devastating damage. Actually, with the +1s, it is a kill.
Oh, because yeah, the +1.
Because the +1's extra damage to magic weapon. So just barely, you know, managed to cut the life out of the fire lizard-like creature. It'll tumble back to the ground, the slight inner light between the scales falling apart.
That's my
Alrighty.
turn.
Okay. Adelhard. One has got up nice and close.
Attack with the rapier.
Mm-hmm.
That's a miss.
Mm-hmm.
And then bonus action attack with the crossbow.
That one's a hit.
That's 7. That's it for the turn.
It looks like it can take a lot more than that. Pete.
Mm-hmm.
All right, 1, 2, and then around the back of this thing, and time for swing. Advantage.
Yeah, both are hits, and that is enough to finish it off. Once you get around it, it's like it takes the first hit, kind of goes through the scales a little bit, and then once it's like getting ready to strike at you again, Peep can just the thing down.
So that was when I was there. So 1, 2, 4. Okay, cool. And then I'll move 2 more, and that'll be the end of my turn.
All right, Snow, you've got the last 2 around you right now in front of what looks like kind of like a big, massively made cooking station almost.
Yeah. Yeah. So he's gonna first swing at the one that he already hit. He's gonna reckless attack because he seeing that the rest are dead. He's gonna try to finish him off. So, first one, the one that's already hurt.
That's a big boy miss.
Yeah. And he'll try again.
That's a big boy hit, and it's going to kill the top
Okay.
one. But one
Okay.
still remains. And you better
and he's-
believe it's
Yeah.
going to start running away. It's going to disengage.
Oh,
And then-
disengaged.
Yeah, these are like they're pretty smart combatants. I mean, they're not wearing
Yeah.
much equipment, and they are speaking to each other, but you can't understand what they're saying. But it doesn't get
Snow
too
would
far.
yell. Snow would yell and be like, "Don't let it escape!"
Vincent, it's that far out.
I will fine and launch a bolt of energy from the now magic sword to send it like crackling and lightning, just scraping across the pavement. I'll send it after it in a guiding bolt.
Really hope you don't miss.
Me too. Why did you not let me roll?
It might be just waiting a sec.
Yeah, sometimes roll
Tension
20
is
does that.
building.
Yeah, sometimes it just likes to be a little dramatic, I guess. Or it's asking for what level you want to cast it under your character sheet, which sometimes it does.
Oh,
Yeah, sometimes it gets the layers confused.
oh, there it goes.
Yep.
Oh.
Of
Well,
course.
yeah,
Oh.
absolute massive miss. It's like the blast goes everywhere but the guy who's like mouth open, waddle running, like a gecko on water. Adelhard.
I'm going to move forward, but it is out of the range of all my stuff, so He can't really do much. That's it for my turn then.
Okay. Peep.
All right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right. Is there anything else I can do besides just trying to Eldritch Blast it? Yeah, pretty much. All right, I guess it's just 2 Eldritch Blasts and hope that those do it. That's Hellish Rebuke as what cast, not Eldritch Blast.
It's a hit and a crit. The hit doesn't seem to do anything. The crit, you hit it with enough smack, but it does seem to wind and tire the creature. Or, I mean, he's not really sure what happened. Maybe you hit it with enough heat to overload it. Either way, it doesn't die. You just sort of see it stumble and pass out unconscious.
That could be good.
Could be useful.
Yeah. Are there any more, or will that be the end of?
It seems like that's
Initiative.
everything right here, right now.
Yes, Snow would want to go look at it and investigate. After making sure that the immediate area is cleared.
Yeah. You could take a couple more looks, and actually, I think this is time for another quick break because we have to go maybe get Ori in. So we're gonna take a little break and then be back. Okay. You are further down in the tunnel. After about an hour worth of traveling, you found this little station where more of these gecko, dinosaur, lizard men, boys are. The same species you encountered before. We just decided that Sabriel did not come with them. Sabriel is on the other side, probably having to discuss with the pair of lesbians that run the fortress what the hell they should do now that they've collapsed an entire tunnel on them and they're stuck down there forever, question mark? You don't know if there's another way out wherever you're going, you're just going.
Sabriel's probably the group is probably at some point we're probably gonna have a discussion be like, thank goodness Sabriel's not with us, otherwise Sabriel would have some choice words.
Sabriel's out
Sabriel
there
will
at
have
the entrance to
many
the tunnel and just about to enter. Chicken Zelius is okay, just hears a muffled boom down the tunnel, just like, god damn it.
Yeah, pretty much. He's probably just sitting there like, God damn it, pulls a fucking cookie out of his pocket.
Son of a bitch.
Well, now's some time for some tea. Turns to the thirsty sword lesbians and is like, so.
There's just a single, like, one message you get said, and it's just, it was Pete, wasn't it?
That
Oh, no! I don't have a spell slot for that.
Oh, we took a long rest, though. We slept.
Yeah, we
was it.
took a
Yeah, if
long
you want to
rest.
use spell slots to question Peep's judgment, that is
Yes,
okay.
okay. I'm gonna cast sending. What the fuck did you do? That's all it's gonna say.
Who
Who's
are
it
you
go-
going to contact?
Who's it going to?
It's gonna be Peep, obviously.
Just to the ether. Just to the ether.
Somehow we all hear the same message.
Untagged tweet out into the sky.
Sabriel is vague. Sabriel's vague tweeting.
Fake tweeting. He would. He
A
fucking
vague
would. That's the
sending.
thing.
What, he's such a petty bitch.
It was a good idea, but there was gas that blew up and did a cave in. But we're okay. We're going in deeper. Bye.
Oh my god, sending again.
Okay.
I'm on one today, I'm just gonna tell you. Sabriel's gonna cast sending again. Generally, when one has gas that leads to explosions, you should see a doctor. Peep. However, okay.
However, okay. Okay, sure. This is just like getting messages from Ori in the middle of the night, though, to be fair. Very detailed sentence and then like 2 one-liners. Okay.
Don't at me.
I only at you. The rest of you are down in the hole. Around where these little dinosaur gecko people were stationed at, it seems like a set up little supply station. It seems like maybe the tunnel went through a bit of natural cave. It's plateaued a little bit, and it has this little area where there is clearly a cooking station. Made to a gianter size than these little guys could make. I mean, it is very tall, and there's this really big, very, relatively ornately carved, like, cast iron cooking pot. The kind of thing that if any of you has, like, a cooking kit or anything like that, you would have. But it's bigger, and it has a big lid on it. And it looks like it's still boiling something, actually. There is a very slight rattling to the pot lid. There doesn't look like there's a burner under it. What's Peep doing? You,
Are there any more giant runes around the spot? Like
Yeah.
they were on the order?
Yeah, that's a
Yeah.
good question.
There's giant inscribed runery around it. Just as you're looking
Do
at
they
it,
look
Peep
similar
clambers
to
up
what's on the
onto the
urn?
cooking table and lifts it up, and inside is fire. But you swear you see a face looking up at you as you open the lid, who seems just as surprised as you do. A face in the fire, almost.
What the fuck?
What'd you
To say
find?
the
Pete?
same thing to you. Put that back. Wait, you're not a giant at all. You're very different.
No, I'm Peep. Who are you? What the?
Well, howdy,
what
Peep.
Snow comes over and looks in.
Yeah, there
Adderhard
is-
will also peek in.
Kind of swirling like a mixed hot drink is fire. And it's kind of at the bottom of the pot, and in the fire is a face of a vaguely mustachioed man. It's like the fire kind of licks around the mouth that kind of gives the idea of either a mustache or like a kitty cat face. I guess it's kind of up to you which you see. And it is speaking back in common.
It looks like the Cheshire cat is what I'm imagining.
Yeah. It's got a very big mouth.
Is there a way to determine if this is a magic item or if this is a spell that's been cast with this as a focus?
Good question. That'd be an Arcana check.
I'm awesome at those, I bet.
Well, if you want, you could give that question to Adelhard to
Yes.
answer, because Adelhard is looking into it as well. You just think that's a really good question. You don't know.
I've got a very good question. Is this like innately magical, or is somebody put magic with this as a focus?
Can I roll?
Mm-hmm.
Arcana?
Yep, I'll give you advantage because you've already looked at the other urn and worked out how that worked, roughly. Not enough to replicate, but enough to understand.
24?
This is essentially a bound elemental, bound into the pot. Clearly to be a cooking utensil. It seems like it's basically bound to the bottom of the pot. You'd put whatever you want to cook in, and it would cook it. But it does seem like the elemental unusually has enough free will to be able to communicate. Usually if you bind an elemental, either they are too minor to have what mortals understand as free will, because elementals are just very fundamentally different. That's kind of what the tool chapter 1 was about. But this seems to be an unusual case.
Adderhard looks at it. They bound you in here.
They did! They found me. They dragged me out. I had a perfectly fine little existence, being fire, and then they put me in here.
And what have they used you for?
You know, for a long time, I was cooking all kinds of things. But now it's just the coal giants, and you want to know what the coal giants eat? I'm gonna give you a wicked time to guess. It's just coal. There's not really much you can do with that. I can warm it up a little bit. They don't care. They don't use me. I don't do
Wait,
anything.
I thought they were coal giants because they're made of coal, but you're saying they eat coal?
Yeah.
Isn't that like cannibalism?
No. They dig it up.
Oh.
They don't eat each other. That would probably be more fun for me, you know, throw a hand
they
in
are-
here. I can do something with that.
So you just cook things?
Yeah.
It seems it seems
Haven't you ever heard of a chef before?
Oh, so you like cooking the things.
Well, you know, when you're kind of forced into a certain kind of existence, you know, it's a living.
It seems not ideal. I'm sorry, little fire thing.
We could
Who you
take
calling
it with us
little?
until we can figure out a way to free it, or we could take it with us and use it.
Did you at least piss in their food?
I cannot. I am physically incapable of pissing.
Adelhard is face palming at that question.
Somewhere in the distance, Sabriel's just like, I sense fuckery.
Adelhard is going to ask it. What do you know about this place and the giants?
Oh,
been
it's a
around them?
whole giant. Well, you know, I've seen a little bit of it around when they open the pot, I guess. I can't really see so well out of it when the lid's on, but I've seen bits of it all over the place. It's a big, empty place. I mean, there's probably should be more people around than there are. I don't know what's up with it. You know, they say that there was meant to be a big old feast when everyone wakes up, but I guess everyone's sleeping.
Sleeping?
I guess. Most people can't eat when they sleep, right? I don't really know. I don't eat. I don't really know how it works.
As our friend said here, motioning to Vincent, if you want, we could take you with us.
Oh, I mean, yeah. I'm not really loyal to these bastards that put me in here. I didn't think there was any other option.
We could.
We can give you things to cook if you like that sort of thing.
Yeah, I can cook
Until we
things up.
can free you.
And
You ever cooked
Sabriel's
on it?
pretty knowledgeable about ending imprisonments, I think. So maybe we could talk to him about getting that done too.
Okay. Yeah, sure. I can come with you. I mean, I don't have a... If you could pick me up and take me anywhere, I don't really have a say in the matter. I can, like... And, like, the pot will wiggle as much as he can do.
Yeah. Have you ever cooked giant octopus before?
No.
Hmm.
You know, mostly it's, like, giant bugs, cave-grown mushrooms. It's probably whatever they get down here.
Is it just the
That
giants
does-
you have seen here?
Well, there's the giants, and there's the pyrosaurs. They eat more, yeah, but they don't actually get to eat from me. I was, like, meant to be preparing a whole deal of fighting food for fighting people, and they used to be stone giants, and they ate a bit more, but they you know, wandered off into the walls at some point.
How do you
This is
cook?
kinda
Oh, sorry.
No, sorry, go on.
I was gonna ask it how it can cook if it doesn't have any. If it doesn't eat, how does it know what it tastes like?
Do you ask them that?
Yeah, it said it's a chef.
I don't.
How can it be?
I don't know. I do things, and then people say it tastes good or tastes bad, or they don't say anything, and sometimes you just put the lid back on me. But there's a little bit of magic involved, you know. They bound me for this. I couldn't do it before. I mean, maybe I could have, I guess. I don't know. Wasn't much meat where I was from. I ain't never seen a meat before.
So you're vegan?
No, before. What? You keep trying things, Mr. Wise Guy. I'll work out a way to piss in your food.
Are we just carrying this thing with us then?
Yeah,
So
take me with you, and it'll like rattle a bit. This is a big pot, you know. This is made for cooking for
Adelhard
giants.
holds up a hand, though it would be quite interesting to take this along with us. I think it makes a little too much noise.
It's true.
Can we just? Snow's gonna test something. He's gonna try to just like close the lid and see if that muffles it.
Yeah, you can't hear him anymore. He's probably talking in there.
It's like.
How does this fall on the what happens if we put this into the bag of holding spectrum? Is this going to suffocate the creature out? How does that work? Adelhard, any clue?
What do you like me to roll for that?
I think you could just apply your best logic to that one.
Okay.
And then maybe do an experiment. But bear in mind, if you're wrong, it dies.
Well, we can just stick it in the bag of holding for a second and then bring it out and ask it if it feels weird.
I mean,
Let's try
he
it.
might not fit in the bag. Bag's mouth is only so big.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's true. That's true.
That's true.
How big is this pot? Like it's big, but how big?
It is a kind of.
Could it fit Peep?
It's a bathing pot
Peep
for
could
Peep.
could get in there if quite easily.
Okay.
Yeah.
Snow's gonna ask it what its name is.
I don't know. I never really had no name before.
Should we give you a name?
I don't really give a fuck. Can if you want, I guess. Makes you feel better by lugging me around. I guess if I'm free, I'm gonna need a name. I'm not some kind of demon who's like, oh, you know my real name. Oh no. No, they just like magicked me in here. Zoop.
Wait,
Now you're a
there's-
pot.
There's things like that where you can know their true name and then.
Yeah, don't you know anything about demons, dipshit?
Sounds like it's just like no.
Oh,
Quite impressed. You're not ready to punch this thing in the face yet.
Wait, do I have a true name?
I don't know.
If we-
Do you? I don't know any of
If we
you.
find more like this pot, then the tower is just gonna become like Beauty and the Beast.
Snow looks around the group. He's like, we should think of names for it, and then
Hi.
vote on one later.
Ember pot.
I was just gonna call it Potty.
What about Lord Cinderbottom?
I like that. I'm with it. I've never named a pot before, but I'm here for it today. Sabriel's gonna love Lord Cinderbottom.
Yeah! I don't know who that is, but they're gonna love me.
Sabriel's not gonna want to go anywhere without Lord Cinderbottom. Lord Cinderbottom will be
bird-brained horse.
everywhere.
It can have multiple names. I like Potty as well.
Maybe it's Lord Potty Cinderbottom.
Lord
You know.
Potty Cinderbottom.
It's got to have a
I'm here
Christian
for it.
name.
Yeah.
Good.
I mean, I can knight him and make him a lord.
Lord Potty. Did you have parents?
What's that?
How does that
I
work?
don't
For,
have just faithful.
never mind.
Okay, so I imagine you're gonna have Snow carry this, which is
Yeah.
not that heavy for Snow. You know, it would be heavy, and to be fair, Vincent could lug it around as well because Vince's really fucking strong. But because of Snow's passive bonuses, basically, it's not that much hassle to lug around. Though it's mostly a two-handed carry. It does have handles. I mean, you can be like Gaston and just hold it in one hand for a bit, but or you could like strap it to your back, I guess.
Yeah. Oh, I'm thinking it's like those Dark Souls 3 enemies. I gotta find a picture. Yeah. There's a yeah. Okay. Yeah. He would like lug it around sometimes on his back, sometimes in the front with two hands. So, yeah,
Okay.
that works.
Keep moving.
Let's keep moving.
Yeah, let's keep moving.
Shh.
Put on the lid.
Okay. You keep on traveling downwards. The path is much the same. Well, the path is much the same as it was, although now that you're further down, this is clearly areas that actually the forces here know of and use. There are more outcroppings. Rarely do they seem deliberate. It more seems, okay, they go through a pocket of area. a pocket of air or natural cavern. And in that little space, they just kind of use it or they carve it. But there's still no support structures, really. Until you get to a certain point, you're pretty far down now. You're pretty certain, and you think that it will be. I have no idea what I was gonna say. You were thinking something. It's gone. You're pretty far down now, and the walls do start to be more decorated, ever so slightly, in a more typical giant fashion. There are somewhat geometric, square-shaped pillars with a little bit of carving work to them, and it starts to open up more until all at once you come to a grand vista. You have a particular sight of where you've been heading all this time, when the carved tunnel opens up to a natural cavern and heat hits the lot of you. Heat that hadn't really climbed up the cavern that much, only passively growing. There is, in this natural cavern, a town or a fortress made of dark stone or obsidian. It is resting above a lake of magma that glows and illuminates this whole place with a orange and red mottled light. It's, as the magma cools and reforms, there is multiple little bridges where this actually reaches the cavern walls around, and of course there's one where you are right now that leads to this almost silent sight of the fire giant fort. You don't hear the sound of a war camp or of a city in the distance. It's not silence because of the rumbling of, magma, but it's not loud either. There's just this passive sound of the magma bubbling and churning, and maybe, the sound of water wheel-like structures. But you don't hear the hum of people that would come from even a smaller fortress like this. And this is by no means small, mostly because it seems to be made for fire giants. It's like a ziggurat, kind of, or a citadel. It's kind of pointed and clearly made from like a central point and outward. It's very uniform looking.
Can I roll perception to see more? Specifically see if something's walking around in the distance?
Yeah, give me a go. Because of the magma, there is quite a lot of light that cascades over the surfaces, and the obsidian light like materials, they do allow a lot of light to bounce. That said, you're looking around. This doesn't look like a place that's been intended to protect from the outside. A bit like the Feyforge. If there are areas where, a guard could walk around on the walls, you don't see them. And you don't see anything out there either. On the walls, on the bridges, that sort of thing.
We should approach with caution.
Yes.
You don't want to
Nope.
piss off a whole load of them at once.
Is there some sort of symbol that we could give in giant, perhaps, that would let them know that we come to speak in parley instead of with war? He's asking that of Snow.
The thing is, I don't know. It's like Snow. I don't think the Planavar are really diplomats, and that's what he grew up with. It's one of those things where Snow would just probably know some greetings and stuff that maybe would work, but he doesn't necessarily know anything about fire giants culture. At least I'm assuming you wouldn't.
Yeah, it's totally fair. This is like the sort of thing Sabriel might know, but not Snow.
Yeah. Snow would basically, his suggestion would be, or his idea would be like I don't think we should count on diplomacy as an option.
We shall try.
Yeah. We can probably talk to them.
So we want to just approach, make ourselves known?
Yes. And if they attempt to take us prisoner, perhaps no resisting.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Or
Head over the breach. Oh, there's an or.
maybe, what if most of us do that, but Peep being the smallest could watch from nearby?
Someone's short stay with Pete.
I could do it on my own.
Could be, maybe we infiltrate them instead of just, well, I don't know.
I'm sure I could think if you guys wanted to go ahead and I can hang back and sneak around. I'm sure I could manage. I'm small.
Yeah. Well, actually, so Ollie, so
Yes,
sorry,
you are also loud.
I can be quiet when I want.
So sorry, I might have missed it. Is there just one like main gate, or are there multiple gates that we can see?
It looks like there are probably 4 or 5 entrances, but basically, on a spoke.
Okay.
It looks like this place, based on just because you could see quite a lot of it from here, that it probably is symmetrical to itself, and that there are just multiple entrances that are the same. And there's basically a bridge in front of you over the magma, a long ways over the magma. It's not like you're going to be boiling, that heads towards one of these entrances. But the bridge is long enough. You actually can't see a lot of the detail of the other side, although it looks like... we don't know. You're odd shit on your perceptions. So...
Snow's idea is that maybe we get over, while we're on the bridge, we call out to talk to them, but meanwhile Peep goes around to the side and tries to climb up or something. And then depending on what happens, Peep either keeps going in or tries to open the gate for us. I don't know. We do have the potions of climbing, so
yeah. I've got one of them, so sure. People, before we start this, then they'll take off their chainmail and bundle it into their pack, so it doesn't make as much noise.
I'm going to sit down and start casting the ritual to bring Pearl back into this existence, but and have her stationed somewhere nearby.
Okay.
I feel like we should also take a short rest possibly as well. It's a little risky, I guess, because they might catch wind of us. But
If we go a little further back into the tunnel we came from, should be fine. There doesn't seem to be much traffic at all here.
Okay. Yeah. I think a short rest would be good.
I agree.
Okay.
Good to be. Okay.
So I guess that's the idea. I don't know if there's going to be any random attack on us or anything.
You can take a bit of time. You can back up into the cave. You can set down your things and start to tend to your wounds. Just take a bit of a time to rest, to snack. Yeah, you seem to be able to do a short rest. Go ahead and roll your hit die.
Okay, nice. Let's see. Oh, there you go. Finally got a good roll. So I'm gonna use 4. That puts me at.
Oh, there we go.
Gosh.
Right, 49.
I'm using all of mine. Every single hit die.
I would hope so.
Yeah, and it still doesn't even bring me up to full. But yeah,
I used 3 of mine and it took me up to full.
yeah, Ori, since you missed it, when we had the cave in, Snow took 59 damage from the initial like shockwave and everything.
That's what happens when you get hit by the earth.
Yeah, but then he had to like hold up the ceiling as we all ran through with Vincent too. Vincent and both did it together.
That's what happens when you get hit by the earth.
Yeah.
You don't pick a fight with the planet.
Honestly, if the Earth is so big, why won't it fight me? I guess it.
Why
did.
won't it arm wrestle Snow?
Why do I feel like
Yeah.
Snow just goes outside, looks at the ground when he's drunk, and yells, "Fight me, bitch! If you're not a coward."
Just starts like punching the ground. Yeah.
Hold me back. Hold me back.
Yes. Yeah. So yeah, I guess after the short rest, like that's the idea. Is then
3 of you and then Peep is still separate.
yeah, like I don't know. Yeah, Pete will find some way, I'm sure, to make it work.
Yeah, sure, people work it out. Okay, so now that you're rested up and you're feeling a little bit stronger, you want to start traipsing across the obsidian bridge toward the fire giant fortress, right?
Mm-hmm. And as soon as we see anything like any living creature, Snow's gonna call out in giant.
Okay. The bridge is not entirely featureless. It is wide. It's wider than the passageway you've been using. Probably around, probably around 30 feet. But it does have railings. The railings are for giants, so you guys could easily fall in. But every 15 feet or so, there's like a jutting up kind of spike of metal, and then there are kind of metal poles that go between. And it seems relatively... It doesn't give much place for someone like Peep to hide if you want to hide along the bridge. But as you're going, you see no giants stopping your way. You see the walls stretch up, and now you do see like arrow slits in them, but the gatehouse has no gates. It's just open with a peaked archway. There is an engraving on giant on a plaque that actually breaks up the bridge around maybe 100 feet before you get to the actual open gateway, and it says in giant with one noticeable rune scratched out, all those who enter here under the carry the mercy of blank scratched out will find those ready for an uncertain future in the tomb of Ember's Rest.
In the tomb of Ember's Rest.
Yep.
Do you want to try to do the talking since you speak the language?
Yeah. Well, the problem is with this, like, the blanked out part is probably the important part.
Why would ever that be the case?
Yeah. Has Snow heard about this sort of, like, it sounds like, I don't know if it's a warning or like...
It's hard to say. You know that giants do write a lot of their history almost in plain sight in this kind of way. It's often partnered with mosaics and tableaus, and you've seen a lot of them. You've seen some. This is written with no real artistry basically on a big 2001 Space Odyssey slab of metal that is almost in the way. You'd have to walk around it to enter the gate. Like you'd have lanes by most front gates, where most cities have like an area for horses and an area for people on foot. That's almost what this is here.
Yeah.
Hey, who's in the back, real quick?
Probably Adelhard or Vincent would be in the back. Peep is in theory stealthing. Peep, give me a stealth check.
Alrighty. Oh, stealth.
Yeah, no, you see Peep. Peep off on their
How
own.
stretched out is that item?
I mean, this isn't carved into stone, but if you want to give me an investigation check to try and work out what it said, feel free. Ori, do you want to do some chicanery before that answer comes in?
Yeah. Hey, Pete. You think you're hidden. You think you're good. And then, like, how tall's Pete?
2 foot. 2.5.
Yeah, 2'7".
There's you just feel suddenly behind you like something looming over you that's like a foot taller than you.
Yeah.
And behind you is what looks like it should be a fawn of some sort, but it's got rabbit feet and floppy rabbit ears. And like drow colored skin.
She has little horns as well, doesn't she? I think.
Yeah, she's got little crystal horns. Yeah, little jackalope horns. She's got a sword in her hand. She's just like spinning it around on the pommel. What you doing?
Hiding.
You're not doing a very good job.
Well, what are you doing here?
Leaning on the wall.
Darren, are you trying to get into the giant city as well?
Sure.
That's not an answer I was expecting.
Oh, her eyes are black, by the way. She's got is a female-ish. And she's got like what color? Grayish, whitish. She looks kind of burnt, like a cinder. And she's wearing like loose clothes, but there's like a sash across her waist and a little bag, and then like a cross top, and that's it. No, that's it. She's not wearing anything else.
Which, to be fair, considering the heat here, pretty valid. Also, I forgot to mention, it is surprisingly humid. This is not a dry heat. This is a wet heat.
She's fuzzy now then, too.
Yeah, she's a little fuzzy.
Oof.
Well, do you know anything about the city? Because I'm trying to get in.
Do she know anything about the city?
You know what your boss's girlfriend was annoyed that her party was interrupted.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Yeah.
No, but I'm here to find out about this place.
Okay, because, me and a couple friends are, they're just walking in, but, like, I'm trying to go all sneaky, but I'll be honest, I'm great at sneaking.
I can teach you how to sneak better. I'm the best at sneaking. Well, my boss is the best at sneaking. But I'm right there with him. I think that one day I can be just as good at sneaking as my boss, or my girlfriend. She's great at sneaking too.
That does sound good. But before I can learn, we kind of need to like get going because I don't know if there's gonna be someone at the gate and my friends are gonna get taken, so we might need to start.
Okay. Oh, you can call me Cinder.
Cinder. Okay. Well,
Hi. Where's everyone else?
As they like come on, like we're just like sitting there,
You're looking at this tableau, and at one point you realize you like hear Peep, and you probably don't hear Cinder's footsteps because one, rabbit, two, stealthy.
Yeah.
You look, and Peep has a friend who is what, like, yeah, who is who's it?
She's
Can
like
you
4
post that
foot.
on the in the spoilers Discord as well? By the way, I know you've drawn some before.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say she's around 4 foot because you said she was like a bit taller than Peep, and like no, she's a bit taller. She's medium size. She's not small size. Gameplay wise. But,
yeah.
Her horns are pink.
Good.
So it'd be like, are you all right, Peep? Have you been taken hostage?
No, I was hiding, and then Cinder here came up and, well, he said I wasn't hiding very good.
If I was taking him hostage, he would have a knife to his throat. I'm a professional. What do you think this is? A hold up?
What are you?
That's
What are you doing here then?
I'm doing the same thing you're doing. I'm here to help. That's what I'm saying. That's right. I forget how to talk to mortals. I'm here to help. That's my job.
Snow just like looks at the others.
Adelhard just looks confused at the newcomer and then goes back to.
Do
what
I
he was
believe her?
doing.
You can give me an insight roll. Adelhard, way more interested in the metalwork. Yes, you can work out the erased word.
He's going to
It
write
is
it down in his notebook.
You don't speak
Runes.
giant, do you?
No, he doesn't.
Yeah, so you can get a pretty good approximation of the runes.
Okay. He's going to show the runes to Snow.
It says
Can you?
God King.
Yeah. Does
Yeah.
that ring a bell for?
Give me a religion roll. Vincent.
Okay.
While you were stoned out of your balls yesterday, you saw a lot of people like Cinder. Not as explicitly as Cinder, but people who are clearly not of this realm. Therefore, you know that, one, reading them is probably difficult even if you're not stoned. Probably makes you feel stoned trying to read them. Two, probably actually with you on this if there were so many Fae at the party hiding and barely hiding. I don't think you know a lot about the Fae off the top of your head, but you like, okay, this is it. This is someone, and they feel trustworthy. Thank you. That good trudge of character.
He's looking at it through a side eye. This one's good. I like this one.
I mean,
Oh,
yeah,
no,
to be
if-
fair, like, they could have killed me straight away if they wanted to.
Mhm.
Okay, it's a little worrying you agreed, because, it's just the fact you snuck up on me and I had zero idea.
Yes, Peep is a fine warrior. If you hadn't had the element of surprise, Peep would have lopped your head off.
I practice with my girlfriend a lot, though. She's really strong
Well,
and scary. She can be really scary.
it's probably best we don't just hang around in front of the city.
As,
Sorry, I'm allergic to rabbits.
as was my wife.
I'm not a rabbit.
I mean, you look like one. Kinda.
Kinda.
I am a hare.
We should keep on moving as to not draw unwanted attention.
Yes,
Yes.
let's move into the castle.
While we're walking, Adelhard is going to look to Snow and ask, Could you perhaps teach me a little bit of basic giant?
He shrugs. He's like, I'm not really a teacher, but I could do my best.
Consider myself pretty good at learning languages. Knowing at least a little will probably be useful here.
Yeah. Yeah, no, he's definitely willing. I don't know how able he is,
Yeah,
but
no. You would be able to teach Adelhard your kind of giant, you know.
yeah.
Not necessarily the magical giant runes and things that Adelhard might be most interested in, but you know, learning the basic of any language is pretty good, you know. That's a future project, very much a good downtime activity, as is usually the case. Like when Bogdan taught Shah Dwarven in the other show. Good downtime bonding activity. So you want to walk around the plinth and through the open gate?
Yeah.
Okay. You come
my armor back on.
you know, wiggle through the armor. You the gate opens up into what is almost an angled intersection. But it's not really buildings, it's just more walls. It does seem that every now and again there is an inset into the walls that are kind of shrouded because there's there's less magma inside the walls. Now that you're inside, you can actually see kind of crisscrossing a bit like a tram system are these channels of magma. Probably around 7 to 10 feet wide that go in every which directions and flow very slowly, just kind of enough to stay warm, keeping that constant kind of grumbling, groaning sound of the magma going. And pretty much in the middle of all of these streets they go through. But again, they're not quite streets, and these aren't quite buildings. It's the inside of a citadel, kind of. And there are these indents every 15 feet or so that are not quite a 15-foot square of doorway, almost, where the light doesn't travel. Other than that, it's pretty bare. Flat metal flooring, most of it being obsidian or other volcanic rocks, but some of it being smelted metal. Any decorative features seem mostly for function. But this is just the corner you're at. I mean, you can go any which way. You can go that way, or investigate the holes in the walls, or investigate the lava channels. And you haven't kind of made your presence known either. You kind of mentioned maybe sort of declaring yourselves. So far, you've been talking.
Well, do we have a look at the gatehouse, perhaps? Like, go inside?
The rest of the gate building?
Yeah.
I guess we could do that, yeah.
You can look around, and there are seemingly areas you can travel up into the towers either side of the gates, where you saw kind of like arrow and defense slits. Yeah, there are big stairwells. Every area where there's a stairwell, to the side of it on the right is much smaller stairs for much shorter legged creatures. And then there are big, massive, like 5 foot high each giant stairs. And that goes up.
Good.
No, I was going to say that just go up and crisscrosses up through the tower on either side of the gate.
So I'll just make sure my weaponry is put away, and I'll have my hands sort of up in a universal sign of harm kind of thing.
You go up.
Yeah.
You see no little guard bedroom area like you might expect, and you see no little guards. It seems pretty much exactly empty. There is the occasional, like, almost a desk or, like, benches carved into the obsidian. But you don't see anyone. You climb all the way up to the top of the guard tower, where it does connect to, like, the outer wall, walkable spaces on top.
As
No
we
end.
walk through there, are there signs of like abandonment, like that something has happened here that everyone left?
You can give me an investigation or perception check.
Okay, I will give you investigation.
And from the top of the tower, can we see any signs of movement throughout the city or?
Yeah, that's give me a perception check for that. So on terms of investigation, you know what this gives you? Vague vibes of Adelhard. A keep or a ship that has been built but has not been populated yet. Yes, people have probably walked through it and left their footsteps and things, and it's not incredibly clean. There's actually layers of soot and ash that have accumulated in areas because there's a lot of open outdoor spaces. There's not glass in the windows, they're just holes. But there's no detritus caused by living beings, at least here. When you get a little higher up, you do see that it looks like not the entire city is like this, but it is basically not being used yet. When you get up to the top, you can see that, oh yes, of course, the middle of the citadel has a lot more life to it. It burns with a lot more fire, it has more deliberate structures. But also, as you're looking from afar, you see occasionally zipping almost meteors of flame that seem to be going around the city. The magma channels clearly make like a detailed road network, from above. It doesn't seem to ever end anywhere, and you figure that the lava channels are actually being used for transport. And on top of that, you just barely catch a large quadrupedal shape barreling through some of the streets you can see from above, carrying with it a ashen mist. And I think it's a great place to end today's session.
Oh,
Hey.
All right.
dirty.
Dirty. Okay. Well, yeah. What fun. Nearly killed you all, which is always good. That was very possibly could have been a total party wipe, and you guys would have just died in a tunnel to rocks falling. Very possible.
Yeah.
Very possible.
Keep
But
the
you
horror.
didn't die. You just trapped Sabriel out, but luckily Ori has like 7 Jarviskjir characters ready. So we have now we don't have Sabriel bringing order. We'll have Cinder bringing chaos, so that'll be fun. So
That's what
thank
we
you
need.
so much.
More chaos in this
More
team.
chaos. Yep. Yep.
Disaster lesbian.
Yeah.
No, Adelhard is the only orderly one. Oh no.
Vincent. Vincent can be orderly and sensible sometimes, but Grandpa got
when
let
the
loose.
occasion calls for it, but
All right. Well, thank you so much for being here. Oh no.
I want to do art now of Cinder behind.
Yeah.
What you
Just like
doing?
just like eyes.
Man, it's like the Attack on Titan meme, just the thing I'm like, huh? Just,
It is funny that you've introduced a character who's canonically called Cinder, and before that you named the fire elemental Lord Cinderbottom. But you know
Lord-
what? That's
Lord
okay.
Potty
Lord
Cinderbottom.
Potty Cinderbottom, yeah, put to his friends. That's just a lovely little coincidence. And sometimes
That's
those
good.
happen.
She's gonna be like, all right, one of us has to change.
All right. This is
And
when
it
we
can't
tell
be
you
me.
a little bit about what you guys have been working on, starting with Zach.
So yeah, I as I mentioned last week, we got an opportunity to shoot a wonderful Pathfinder 2 one shot that's turned into a once a month campaign. I am in the process, the throes of getting that all edited, and so I can put it out on YouTube on May 15th. So in a little over a week. And that's really exciting because it's the first one I've ever done on stream or on recording as a DM, and so I'm really excited about it.
Yeah. All right. Poetry.
Yeah, I also I do have a streamed game on Sundays that is on temporary hold for probably a week or two more, but that's normally on Sundays. Other than that, I've just been streaming a lot of stuff. I've been doing some speed running of different games, and yeah, it's fun.
Okay. AJ.
I do art, as I always do, and I have special offer commissions open. So if anyone likes cheaper commissions, come to me.
All right. Quills.
Hey, I'm just shit posting as usual. Today we went past 7 months straight of daily uploads.
That's crazy.
And I'm pushing for that year before I take a break for a little bit. And now nearly 55,000 subs, so we're going pretty good.
It's insane.
yeah.
And
Well,
or you.
not just you.
Yeah. We just got here.
Hi, yeah. We have the dingo back.
Look
At
how
least
happy she
temporarily.
is.
Hi, all your friends are back. Yeah, I have commissions open. My list is completely open as of like 2 days ago. So, hit me up. I want to draw things. Also, I am starting to be more. I've always been open for not safe for work commissions, but I have more time for those now. So if you want, like, you know, your tasteful nudes or stuff like that, or check out what I posted yesterday. It's not dirty. It's just pay me like one of your French bitches. But anyway, sorry, I broke poetry. Commissions are open. Hit me up. I gotta pay this one's vet bills so she doesn't have a chicken leg anymore.
Yay! Okay. And I'm Ollie. This show is supported by Patreon. If you support it for $5 or more a month, there is a whole extra Patreon exclusive like podcast show. It's a Thieves Guild campaign. They have been spent all yesterday investigating something just to kind of go, you know what, let's not worry about it at the end, because sometimes you do that in D&D. It's a lot of fun, really fun characters in that one. No other shows around at the moment because most of my other time is spent doing Atlas roleplay, which is pretty much every day, whenever I want to. If you want to see me, I've gradually gone from playing a character who was kind of like a naval officer to being essentially a shadowy political councilman who's ruling things from the shadows. So that's a lot of fun. I've been really enjoying that. Hang around for a lot more of that. And thanks so much for joining us. We'll say thank you to our Patreon supporters, and then we're back next time for more delving of the deep.